Hey there, friends, and welcome back to Becoming a Boss, where we take some time each week to share stories and strategies so that you can grow into the best version of yourself. Okay. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. What are we going to talk about today? That's the question. We're all wondering, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about how to find your people, okay? How to find your people. 5 quick tips. It's not going to be a whole thing. Okay. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But before we do that, let me tell you why you need your people. All right. So there's a study, very, very old study, the oldest study, in fact, that is still in existence today. Here's what it's about. So the premise is they're trying to determine how to measure happiness. How does a person live a life and be happy, essentially? Okay. So here's what they found. All of these 700 people-ish, 80-ish years, here's what they found. If you have 2 or 3 people in your life that you can call in the middle of the night, okay? So pretend your life is on fire. Everything is burning to the ground. It's 2 a.m. and you can call A, B, C. 2 or 3 people. The requirement in order to live a happy life is that you have 2 or 3 refrigerator friends, okay? People who will come over and they'll just go in your fridge. We're not going to ask. They're not going to small talk. They are going to just go right in your fridge and get themselves a snack. All right. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't have those types of friends in your life, then you're pretty much doomed. Okay. You're doomed. According to the study anyways. Is that how you want to live your life? I don't think so. Before we even go, let me just tell you something. If you are sitting there right now saying, I don't need people, I understand. That was me. Just maybe a few short years ago, I was you saying, why do I need people? I don't need people. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine on my own. I can do this by myself. Yes, you can. The answer is yes, you can do it by yourself. However, if you want to live a life of happiness, according to research people, then you're going to have to find your people. And I'm going to tell you how, okay? Caveat here. These numbers, 1 through 5, they've been tested by me and also my friends. Here's what I'm saying. You don't need to do all 5. Just pick one. Pick one that feels, natural to you. And move forward with that. Just do one. Pick one. I know you can do it. All right, here we go. Number 1, do something nice for your neighbor. I know. Here's the thing about neighbors. They live right here. It's like you're all together in the same neighborhood already. So you have that in common. You already have a common thing to talk about because of the neighborhood. I know some neighbors are not all that. Here's what I'm saying. Pick a neighbor that looks like you might have something to talk about with them. Maybe they look cool. Maybe they wear Nikes and you wear Nikes. Or maybe they have young kids and you have young kids. Or maybe they have teenagers and you have teenagers. Or maybe their grass is particularly green and your grass is particularly green. Okay? And then maybe you can get together and talk about the other people's grass who it's not green. Maybe you could do that together. Not saying you should gossip, but if that's what it takes to make a friend, then so be it. We can work out our real issues later on together. All right. So yes, the other bonus part about your neighbor, if you are able to befriend a neighbor, is that when you are making cupcakes later or whatever you're making, a cake, and you don't have any eggs, you could just run over and borrow an egg. Okay? Who wants to go? No one wants to go to the store in the middle of making cupcakes because they don't have an egg, all right? Unless you guys are the responsible type of people, you just always have eggs in the house. I don't know. Do you? Do you always have eggs? Because I don't. I don't even like eggs that much. To be honest, my relationship with eggs is sometimes I eat them all the time. Sometimes I hate them. It fluctuates. Either way, I'm saying if that is you, then maybe you don't even have to worry about eggs because you have a neighbor friend who will just give you an egg. Okay, so that's one thing. Do something nice. Help your neighbor. Scope them out. Maybe they want to be your friend too. I don't know. Number 2. Before I tell you number 2, I have to tell you a quick story. Okay, so here I am. I wake up one morning and I'm in the zone. Okay, I'm coming up with all these great ideas. And let me tell you, I am not an idea person, okay? I don't have a lot of ideas, but if I'm ever going to have a good idea, it's going to come in the morning, okay? So here we are. The sun is not even up yet. I have not even had too much coffee. And here's what happens. I come up with this amazing idea. I'm so excited about it because I just know it's going to work. And I figure out all the things. And by the time my husband wakes up and he comes downstairs, I have figured out who we're going to market this to, how it's going to get marketed, who I'm going to call to get it off the ground, all the things. I have figured all of this out, and I give him the 2-minute elevator pitch about all the things that we're about to do, and we're going to be rich, okay? We are going to be rich because I have a great idea. My idea is if you could just take the dating app that, people use to swipe, you know the app, okay, and repurpose it to find friends instead of dates. Because here's the thing, when you get to be a grown-up, it's really a lot more challenging to actually find friends. Because let's face it, you're in community with people as a young child because you're in school. You're in elementary school, then you're in middle school, then you're in high school, then some people go to college and they make college friends. And then after that, it's like you're grown up. You now are in the world. You have to pay your own rent. You have to work your own job. And it's like, where are you going to meet people? Where are you going to meet people at? At work? So you want to be friends with your colleagues? Not all of us want to do that. It could be dangerous. All that to say, there are people who it's not easy to find friends when you are a full-blown grown-up, okay? So if you're a full-blown grown-up and you have an app, and the app's already built because it already has these things built that match you up with the people, and you match together, and you can match them up. Well, why can't you do that for friends? You can, and it's amazing, and it's going to be great, and we're going to be so rich, it's going to be amazing. Okay, so my husband lets me go through all of the whole thing. He lets me go through. I'm telling him what we're going to, all the things. And he says to me, honey, you're right, that is a good idea. It already exists. It's called Bumble. And apparently there are other ones that are like it too. So anyway, all that to say, we're not rich. And the idea was good because it already exists, obviously. Then I come to find out that our people even have used it successfully many times because they moved. So when you move, it's even more challenging because if you're a full-grown adult, you may have friends from school, right? From college or high school or whatever. But if you move across the country, what are the odds that your friends moved with you? They're probably not high. So who are you going to be friends with? How are you going to find friends? You going to go to the bar? That's your plan? That's your strategy? You're going to go to the bar? Okay. All right. Let me know if that works. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's going to, but if it does, all the power to you. Strategy number 2, download the app. Try it. What's the worst that could happen? Just saying. Okay. Number 3, attend church or Bible study. And hey, if you're sitting there saying, Megan, you have got the wrong chick for this. I hear you. It's okay. I understand, because 10 years ago, if you would have said the same thing to me, I would have thrown you out into the street. Okay. So if this is not your style, then okay. But if it is your style, then do it. Get out of your house and go to church, because there are people there who are like-minded. Now, I'm going to give you a caveat too. All right. Because if you do go to church and you are familiar with this type of surrounding, just because people go to church does not mean they are nice. I'm saying they maybe have a slightly higher odds of being nice because they're at church, but let me assure you, the people are messed up no matter where you go. We've all got problems, okay? Issues as far as the eye can see, and it doesn't matter if you go to church or you don't go to church. Probably the only difference is if you do go to church, you maybe are more aware of your issues. Maybe. All right. Number 4. Connect with someone at an event which you are attending to cultivate your own interests, okay? So what events are you going to that are cultivating your interest? So if you like art, are you going to art shows, art festivals? Are you going bowling? Are you signed up for an ultimate frisbee league? What are you doing? Okay? So whatever event that you're attending to cultivate your own interests, well, guess what? Probably there is a person there who also likes whatever it is. I mean, if you are playing ultimate frisbee, then they obviously, we're both playing frisbee. We have something in common. And then plus, if you are playing frisbee, you probably are an athletic type person. Maybe you also like sports. Maybe you like football. Maybe we could watch football together. I don't know. Here's what I'm saying. When you go out to attend an event that you're interested in, then be intentional about connecting with someone who is there. Be intentional about it, because you know what? You already have something in common. So the odds are really high, a lot higher than just random on the street or at the bar. Number 5. All right. If you didn't throw me out the window in the last one, you're definitely throwing me out the window on this one. Join a gym. That's number 5. All right. Listen. Before you go, I go to the gym. Before I say that, I'm not saying you have to go get a 6-pack. And also, I do go to the gym, but it's more like so that I have a destination to walk to in the neighborhood, because I'm trying to get my steps in. All right. So maybe you're not trying to go to the gym per se, but you're just trying to get your 10,000 steps in. So you go on a long walk to the gym. That's what I have to do. I just go on a long walk to the gym. In fact, maybe you meet somebody on your walk because the weather is breaking in most areas of the country. You're outside, they're outside, you're walking, they're walking. Maybe you meet somebody on your walk. I don't know. Maybe you could walk and talk. If you are working remotely and you're at home all the time at your desk, I will tell you that I was listening to a productivity guy on a podcast, and he was saying that your brain will actually be more efficient and productive if you can, every 90 minutes, go on a 15-minute walk and talk to someone about something that does not work. So not only is it good for, not to mention, it's good for your physical health to literally walk for 15 minutes a day. You get sunshine, you get vitamin D, you get all the benefits, and you might accidentally meet a friend walking to the gym. Or you can go to the gym and actually, do the things. Keep in mind, again, just like all of the rest of the 4 numbers that I gave you, when you're at the gym, people may or may not have a headset in. They maybe can't even hear you. Maybe they're not ready for a conversation. Maybe they are. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I can attest to this because I've been to many gyms. People sometimes people are going to the gym usually at the regular time every single day or 3 times or whatever. Okay. So if you go to the gym and it's 9 a.m. and no one there is chatty, then try a different time frame if you can, because maybe the chatty people come at 7. I can tell you in my neighborhood, the chatty people come at 7. I can tell you that. Okay. All right. So overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember we talked about, I'm not saying you need to do all 5 of these things. I'm saying I want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy. Okay. You deserve that. I want you to live a happy, long life. And in order to do so, according to longest study ever, you need to have people that are refrigerator friends. How do you get the refrigerator friend people to be your friend? Well, you got to get out there and meet them somehow. I'm not saying you need to do all 5 of these things. I'm saying pick one. Okay? One. Just pick one of them. Okay. And the last thing that I'm going to say about this, if you are not comfortable having conversations maybe you're an introvert, maybe you're not comfortable talking to people. Maybe I understand that. I'm a little bit introverted myself, actually. So if you are a person who's not comfortable talking with people, this is a quick tip. Anything that you practice, you're going to be better at without even trying. Simply practicing will make you better. So if you are really uncomfortable, you could think about a few just stories and practice them in the mirror. Stories about your life, things that have happened to you in the recent weeks or months. Keep it light, all right? We're not going to reveal some deeply rooted personal issues, okay? It's not that. We're going to keep it light, and we're going to practice in the mirror if that's what we got to do. Because listen, crazy things happen to us all the time. So just, as things happen to you in your life, just practice in the mirror a couple times, going through it. And if that makes you more comfortable, then you can share it when you meet your person, because you're being intentional about talking to people when you go to said events. Okay, so practical handles. Recap. Ready? Number 1, do something nice for your neighbor. Number 2, join a friend app. Number 3, attend church or a Bible study. Number 4, Connect with someone at an event which you are attending to cultivate your interest, like a book club or frisbee or bowling or art show. Okay. Number 5, join a gym or at least walk to the gym. Maybe that could be your neighbor friend, right? Maybe you can have 2 friends. I don't know. Anything is possible. And the reason why, friends, you're my friend. The reason why is because I want you to be happy. I want you to live a happy life. You can do it. Life is not always easy, but that's why we have each other. One thing I can promise you, we were not meant to live this life alone. That I can promise you. Okay, we're done. So here's what we have coming up. Next few episodes, we were going to talk about insecure leaders, which is going to be, that might be my favorite because think Michael Scott, but in real life. People are actually crazy who are leading people. It's insane. So that's going to be a fun episode. Also boundaries, because who doesn't love a cross boundary? Okay. You need boundaries in your life, boundaries in your personal life, boundaries in your professional life. You need boundaries with yourself. Yeah, I said it. Remember to share, subscribe, like, do all the things because we're friends and that's what friends do. They keep up with each other. All right. So I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care and see you next week.
Let's go. Bam in the bush. I got a bam in the bush. I know that God gon' provide for me. That's why I stand on the book.